Right now? Oh, two reasons we touched
Okay, we're going to call this meeting to order at 6 o'clock on the dot. If you could all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Okay, now we're going to take a brief moment of silence and reflection for 9/11. Thank you all. Secretary Wilkerson, could you please perform roll call?
Chief Baker, Senator Brown, Senator Bowie, Chief Jim, here. Senator Castro, here. Senator Clemens, here. Senator Colecto, here. Chief Cruz, here. Senator Diaz, Senator Dunlap, here. Chief Eastland, here. Senator Etheridge, here. Senator Garcia, Senator Gomez, Senator Gonda, here. Senator Drago. Vice President Hardy, here. Senator Holman, here. Chief Kimmer, here. Senator Lacy, Senator Nelson, Senator Poole, here. Senator Reed, Senator Valdez, Treasurer Wilford, and here.
Okay, now we'll go to a 5-minute meet and greet. We'll reconvene at 6:08.
We could all debate it. A major debate. No, ma'am. You stepped down for that. This is my last semester. Yeah. I don't want to say I want to coach, but I don't feel sleep or anything like that. just make sure that you have good students come to educate you know what's going on in their lives. So just keeping everyone updated on the events that are going on in your college. And I'm hoping to like like I know college of education, you got like a I don't know, we do like a coursework, but anyone's allowed to come. And so really just with keeping the student up to whatever it is. Like you said, anyone can be yeah, it's not really crazy. It's really a good playground. Oh, it's next. Chelsea. But yeah, you know,
Yeah, no, everyone says Tamara, so like,
I guess we should just start
If you could all find your seats, please. Secretary Wilkerson, did we meet quorum? Now we're going to go to approval of the minutes from last week. I'm just going to display them on the screen. Let me know if there's any changes, like any name corrections you want to make. Yes, ma'am.
My meeting time, it says Tuesday, therefore it's Thursday, therefore.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from last week. Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Thank you all. Okay, now we're going to have a presentation from a new student org president, I believe, called Vegans and Vegetarians, SHSU. If you could all welcome Tamra Tucker.
Okay, hi, my name is Tamra, and I'm president of Vegans and Vegetarians on campus. We're a brand new student organization, and basically we're here obviously for vegans and vegetarians, but anybody that's curious in the lifestyle, wants to abstain from eating meat, whether it's for moral reasons, environmental reasons, health reasons, any of that. Our first meeting is tomorrow in LSC 327 from 5 to 6. It doesn't say that on the poster, but that's the time. And you don't have to be vegan or vegetarian to join. You can just come and get some free snacks if you want and just kind of hang out, talk to people if you're curious. Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions for Tamra?
I do. So as a vegan or a vegetarian, do you, well, I know vegans are like, you don't eat anything made by animals.
Yeah.
So what do you eat? Like, what do you eat?
It depends.
I know like salads and like vegan options, but what kind of vegan options do you eat?
It really depends on the day. I mean, for me, I really just like simple stuff like tofu and veggies, but you can also get like black bean burgers. You can eat, I eat lots of fruit. There's a lot of more alternatives out there. So like, for example, HEB has Ben & Jerry's non-dairy ice cream. I eat a ton of that. There's vegan chicken, there's vegan beef, all of that stuff. Huntsville's gotten better, but I mean, the options on campus right now still kind of suck. So that's one of our main goals for the semester, is to try and push for better vegan options on campus. Because like, for example, in the LSC, the only thing we can really eat right now is like fries from Chick-fil-A and then like bread and veggies from Subway and nothing but rice at Panda Express. So the white rice, yeah. But other than that, that's like the only thing. No, thank you, yeah. No, thank you.
Yes, sir.
What do you eat like that has a lot of protein?
It really, everything has protein in it, so as long as you're eating like a large quantity of things, you can get the recommended amount of protein. If you're wanting like higher protein foods, then obviously like beans, tofu, tempeh, seitan, all of that is gonna be really, really high in protein. But for example, like people that are raw vegan, that only eat raw fruits and vegetables, they can get their recommended amount of protein by eating like tons of kale and spinach and things like that. So lots of greens, lots of beans, legumes, nuts. It's actually a lot cheaper. People don't realize that. Yeah, if you're buying like the vegan meats, vegan ice cream, vegan cheese, everything is gonna go up because the market realizes that it's vegan, it's marketed as healthy, so it's easier to profit more from it. But if you're buying the essentials like rice, beans, tofu, just regular staple foods, and you're eating really simple, it can be a lot cheaper. So like on a weekly basis, I can spend like $40 to $50 on groceries if I'm eating really clean. But if I'm having like a lot of cheat days, or I want a lot of vegan ice cream and meats and things like that, then I can spend like $70 a week. But yeah, I've never spent more than $70 a week on groceries. Yeah, come to the meeting if you want to know more about the lifestyle.
Thank you. Now we're going to move into officer reports. Chief of Staff Lee.
Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Okay, so ESAs have been hired. Woohoo! We've got some people in the office. So come by, say hi to them. They're here to help all of us. But also, office hours were due today. I only got 8 senators' office hours. I need office hours. If this is your first one to miss, you have one more to miss, and it counts as an absence from a Senate meeting. 2 absences from a Senate meeting are grounds for impeachment. So please, please, please do those office hours. Talk to your chiefs. They've done a lot of opportunities to do office hours, so get in contact with them. I know David was giving some today, some last minute stuff. So please be in contact with them. Does anybody have any questions? What is an office hour? Counselors, you do not have to do office hours. This is only for senators. Any questions over that? Okay, and one last thing, please keep the office clean. We are very fortunate as an org to have an office, and we don't want that privilege taken away. There was a lot of trash that the ESAs picked up, like crushed water bottles laying out, water bottles with no lids. There was even like a whole pickle on the desk. I don't know. Just please clean up after yourself. We don't want the ESAs to do that. And that's the end of my report.
Treasurer Wolford.
Sing a song for y'all, okay? But how's everybody doing today? Doing all right? Okay, so just remember, if you guys have any first requests, get those into your department chiefs. Have them get them to me before, most likely 2 weeks. If you guys have any emergencies, we can definitely make some things happen. But details, very important. I don't have a desk. What is it called? A little screen or whatever, you know. I have some request forms in front of my like, you know what I'm saying. I have some request forms. You guys want to grab some of those, fill it out. I'll go through with you guys and we'll go from there. If you guys have any requests, have any ideas or anything like that, as far as some purchases, just let me know if that goes. Another thing we're doing, voter registration. We're trying to get everybody voted. This is something that me and David have been trying to do since we started campaigning. So if you guys are interested in trying to get people registered to vote, anything like that, please let me know. I've printed off a lot of different papers. If you walk into the SG office, you know where you got the Senate forms, or if you want to become a senator, there are forms right there. You can grab those and take them to the annex on Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning. We're going to get deputized. So you have to be deputized and register people to vote. and this is something that we can do in the community. It's gonna look really good in SGA, but something that we can get back to. If you guys have any ideas, to actually help the campus or the community, do not feel afraid to say those things. Everybody said they got an SGA to make a change or get a voice. Well, this is the right place to do it, but speak those things and actually take those actions to get those done. For example, this is one example. I'm a treasurer, but I don't have to do this, you know? So take those steps to get those things done, to actually make a difference in our community on campus. So if you guys can get deputized, get those forms in there, I'll print out some for you guys. Take them to the index, it's right there off of St. Avenue, and get deputized on Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll be there bright and early. It's not gonna take too long. They said 2 hours, maybe, and then you can 2 hours top. So, I mean, it's not gonna take long. Just try to get deputized, and then you can help everybody get a direction to vote. That's it.
Just some clarification on the form, you can fill it out and email it to the office, and if you're gonna turn it in person or email it, you have to have it in by 24 hours in advance.
Or they say, before 5 days before.
Yeah, so don't bring it with you that morning, because they gotta have time to get your packets and stuff ready, so. Okay, Vice President Hardy?
Hi everyone, so I just wanted to do a recap on Bearcats United. So we did have some excellent speakers come out, Dr. Drew Miller and then our RA Lauren Perry. And they had a lot of just informative things to say to us. And for the people that did come out, we do want to thank you on behalf of SGA and the E-Board. Thank you for attending, but we do need to work on our attendance. So for senators, you were able to get an office hour, and like Amanda said, she only received 8 office hours, so that was an opportunity for you to get an office hour. And so for the next Bearcats United, we do want to bring more people out, make sure that our Senate is completely there. And then also we're gonna try to partner with someone else on campus, so like another org, just to bring more people out on campus as well. Because these are very pressing issues that we're facing here on our campus. And then for internal affairs, if you're not gonna be there, so this is for the chiefs and the caucus chairs, please email the secretary, Jaden Wilkerson, and then email me as well. And then also, if you're not gonna be in attendance, please send me your report so I can give it for you. Thank you.
Okay, now Secretary Wilkerson.
Hello, basically just email me before 4 on Tuesday if you're not going to be at a Senate meeting, just because if you don't email me, it's considered an unexcused absence, and 2 unexcused absence means you're up for impeachment, so please just try to email me because we don't want you getting impeached for something simple. Thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna move into my report. The first thing that I wanna talk about is the retreat that is this Sunday. So all of the senators and chiefs are required to be there. Counselors, who has all stated their intent and is in the process right now? Help me count. Okay, so we have 19, y'all can put your hands down. So, y'all can be at the retreat too. It's not required for y'all because y'all aren't in the Senate yet, but I would like y'all there because we're gonna go over parliamentary procedure and things like that. I even think that if y'all come and go through the parliamentary procedure and go over what SGA is, can we just sign off? Yeah, I'll just sign off on your council meetings, because basically what we're gonna be going over is what you're gonna be going over in a council meeting anyway. So, who of y'all knows you can make it? It's Sunday, starting at, y'all need to be there at 3:30 at main event.
Can y'all come up to me after the meeting so I can just write down y'all's name and email, so we'll have a head count?
Is that maybe when you come to?
Oh, yeah, I will go to the next day.
Yeah, it's, by the way, it's all paid for, all the food and the bowling and everything, so you don't have to worry about that. And then who needs a ride? Just counselors right now, just a sec. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 counselors need a ride. Okay, who in the Senate besides the chiefs and caucus chairs need a ride?
Wait, besides?
besides the chiefs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And chiefs and caucus chairs, which ones of y'all need a ride? Okay, so how this is going to work, the chiefs and caucus chairs need to be at Bowers Stadium in the north lot by that's the lot beside the scoreboard at 1:20 on Sunday. Do 1 o'clock. So Sunday at 1 o'clock, be at north lot by the scoreboard. Yes, ma'am. That's fine. You don't have to ride with us. Yeah, that's just if you need a ride. Okay, so y'all need to be there by 1 o'clock on Sunday. And then the rest of y'all that are gonna be there at 3:30, y'all need to be at the lot at 2:30. So who in the Senate right now, who's gonna be riding that second ride? Okay. So I need to get you certified to drive.
Wait, hold on.
It's not that scary. Okay, never mind. I have someone. Okay, so you're gonna be meeting Becky you're gonna be leaving at 2:30 from the north lot. At 2:30. And that's for counselors as well that need a ride. So be sure to be there at 2:30, so y'all can be there at 3:30 when you're supposed to be there to get started. At 3:30 is when the food will be served. So you'll come in, we'll eat, and then we'll get started on the rest of the retreat. And then after that's over, we're gonna go into the free time, which is bowling and laser tag and unlimited games, I believe. Yes. The dress code is just casual. Appropriate casual. So just to reiterate, I'll ask your question first.
I was just saying, so if you don't need a ride, we can just show up and make it at
3:30, yeah. So if you need a ride and you're a chief or a caucus chair, you need to be at the north lot at 2:30. 1, sorry. And then if you're gonna drive yourself, be at main event by 2. If you're a counselor or any of the rest of the Senate, you need to meet at 2:30 in the north lot. And if you're driving yourself, you need to be there by 3:30. I'll send this all in an email so that I can think about what I'm saying before I send it. And if you have any questions, or if you're in the Senate and you have a pressing reason why you can't be there, please email myself and Jaden. And remember, if you just don't show up, this does count as a missed Senate meeting. It is mandatory for all senators and counselors. This is an easy way to get through the process, so I would recommend being there as well. If not, you consider the process. There's no penalties for you not being there. Okay, is there any questions about the retreat? Yes, ma'am.
What time do you say you're leaving if we ride on the
So what'll happen is I'll be driving the first one unless Alexis wants to. I knew her answer to that. Okay, and then so I would say an hour after we're done, so that anyone who wants free time can have an hour to do the stuff. So we have the room until 7, so about around 8 is when we'll leave on Sunday. I promise this is better than the retreat from previous years, so. Okay, so moving on, I have the Battle of the Piney Woods Excel typed out thanks to the wonderful ESAs that we have now. So I'm going to pass this around. Counselors and Senate, please look at it, confirm that your name and SAM ID number is correct and your +1s is correct. And if you weren't here and you're in the council, you can add your name and a +1 to it as well. Any questions about that? Please make sure I get it at the end of the Senate meeting. And then just one more thing, these nameplates or name cards, or not plates, the Sergeant at Arms, Senator Etheridge made, and she'll be in charge of putting them out and picking them up at the end of the Senate meeting, so you don't have to take these with you, because we'll have them out for you at every Senate meeting. Counselors, when you get voted in, you'll have one made, so you'll know where you sit. Okay, that's the end of my report. Moving to department reports. External Affairs, Chief Baker. She just left. Any report in her place? Yeah. So we met today with the UPD police chief to talk about security cameras in parking lots. We also talked about the drug and smoke-free policy on campus and how that's being abused. So we talked about that as well. And it was a very good starting conversation. I didn't go in expecting to have cameras after this conversation, so it was good to get information about where funding comes from for cameras and the struggles that they've had with trying to talk about cameras in the past. So this is a good start to me continuing to go higher up the chain above his head to meet with people. So, and then also the conversation about this smoke-free thing, I didn't like how it went, but it was kind of like, it's a policy, so it's not, they're not breaking a law, they're breaking a university policy. And so what happens if someone reports them is the police come up here and they ask them to voluntarily put it out. And they also like identify them if they're a student or something. And most of the time he said that they will put it out. He said that if we want to like write legislation to where like the police enforce it more, we can do that, and then they'll start that. But he said they are trying to build up a relationship with the students, so they're trying to be like as lenient as possible, which I understand. Don't come up here and like automatically arrest a student, like give them the opportunity to abide by the rule. Maybe they'll learn this on the first time, but so that went good. So we'll be working with rules and regulations to write legislation to put it on the agenda for y'all to vote on about enforcing the smoke-free campus policy. So be on the lookout for that as well. University Affairs, Chief Cruz.
Okay, so I'm going to begin with Practice Safety Walk. We have a date for that, which is October 24th. All senators do need to attend. If you cannot, as of right now, or you don't know, just make sure you email me. And then Safety Walk, I have it for November 14th. I'm going to start sending out emails to administration on that, so like save that date. We'll have to be there at 6:30, and then it's going to start at 7. We talked to PR. They're going to start publicizing for Safety Walk because I want more people in attendance in those past Safety Walks. And then with that said, tomorrow I'm going to go to one of the informational meetings for Not on My Campus and see if they would like to participate with this, and they could probably help us get more in attendance because this is something that's also like a safety issue. I've changed my meeting times from Mondays to Wednesdays at 4 if you guys want to attend that. And then if you need any office hours, you can come to the meeting with me tomorrow. It's tomorrow 3 to 4 p.m. in the LSC.
What was the practice safety walk date one more time?
October 24th. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you, ma'am. Student Affairs, Chief Durham.
Hello. Oh, okay. So tailgating went really good. Like, it went really well, you guys. I was so happy. Big shout out to the senators who helped, Senator Castro and Holman, but like really, really big shout out to all the counselors who came out because y'all didn't have to, and y'all were like really beneficial, so thank you. September 26th, I signed us up for the administration and organizational fair in general, so like even if you're not in my department or if you're in another department and you kind of want to represent, please come out. My meeting times are Monday, 4:30 to 5:30, or Thursday, 4 to 5. They don't last a whole hour. If you forget, then they're on the board. And if you do come, please come with ideas. And even if you're not in my department and you have ideas, like tell me, because I'm not the most creative person in the world. And yeah, that end of my report.
Thank you, Chief Eastland.
Hi. So today in my meeting, we went over my office hours.
like what would be considered an office hour. And then we also talked about doing the safety walk flyer. So I got with them about that. And then we are gonna make a poster cutout for SGA, that way that when we go to different events or have different events, we can take pictures with that. Or like when we're at tailgating or on the yard, we can have that also as an asset to our pictures. If you need flyers as a department, please let us know, like in a week in advance. You can email me or text me. And then make sure like you include what you want it to look like and like the information that you want to be on it. That way that like we don't have to continuously do it a lot of times. And then also like I'm gonna encourage all of the senators, executive board, everybody to make sure that you're like retweeting and quoting and liking the pictures and the information that we put on the Twitter page. We can't like reach out to the student body if we are only like still reaching out to the people that we have that are following us. So make sure that you use your social media as an outlet to help us out. And that is the end of my report.
Thank you, ma'am. Rules and regulations, Chief Kinnemer.
Okay, so this week I was able to meet with Dylan McFarland. For those of you who don't know him, he was our rules and regulations chief, I believe, 3 years ago now. To be able to get some old copies of legislation, document, impeachment petitions, stuff that we need to run rules and regs that we haven't had previously passed down by our chiefs to me. So with that, we now have all the stuff we need for rules and regulations to get functioning. Impeachments are starting to come within this next week. With impeachment petitions, in order for them to reach internal affairs, which is a big step in the impeachment process, we need half of the Senate to be able to sign them. So please keep an eye out for them. They'll be in the office. So whenever you see them, give them a read through and sign them if you feel fit for that person to be impeached. And other than that, we're about to get started on regulation or legislation with the e-board. So that's something exciting to look forward to. Becky?
When are your meeting times?
Our meeting times are Monday at 11 a.m.
Okay, thank you. Council Director Daniels.
How's everyone doing? They don't sound good. Are y'all doing good?
Yeah.
The only thing I have to say, you guys, if you are completed your sheets, you can turn that into me and I can fill out the rest of that for you guys, as well as David mentioned, that the senator meeting, the meeting Sunday, the retreat does count as one of your meetings. And so you are able to come to that and use that, we can sign that for you. As well as you can stay after if you have any questions, as well as you can email me. End of report.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a set time for council meetings?
No, I'm doing it more on the individual basis at this point. I will give more information when we have the mass groups, and I'll email that to you guys too. As well as if you're not receiving my emails, stay with me after, and I can go ahead and get you on the list so you can start receiving SGA updates and things like that. Yes.
So if I want to meet with you to get my council process done, do I just shoot you an email?
Yes, you do.
Okay. You got that? Okay.
Yes. What is your email address? EDD007 @shsu.edu. I'll repeat it one more time. EDD007 @shsu.edu. EDD007 @shsu.edu. I can do it in Spanish.
Okay, thank you. Caucus reports. College of Sciences and Engineering Technologies, Senator Gonda.
Hi everyone, I have emailed my dean last week and he responded fairly quickly. So we will have a meeting Thursday at 2 o'clock.
Woo!
Yeah, that's
College of Humanities and Social Sciences, Senator Clemens.
I had a meeting with my dean, the dean for College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Her name is Miss Abby Zink. She told me about some upcoming events, and some events that have been implemented now. We now have a public administration minor that is available online. So we want to be letting people know about that, as well as a community leadership minor. Those are both available now. There's an international study abroad program that she's trying to get people to sign up for. It'll be in Taiwan. And she says there is lots of scholarship money available for that. And even without the scholarship money, it's supposed to be pretty affordable. So we want to be telling people about that. She's available to have our flyers in the computer labs in the CHSS. We just have to send it to her digitally. Also, anything that we want to have up for in the CHSS as far as posters, she also can put those up for us. There is a career counseling liaison for the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. His name is Corey McGregory, and he is in the CHSS about 2 times out of the week. And the other times he's in career services, and he's a great resource to have. And he's available for career counseling, career assessment, resume critique, and mock interviews. Also, we want to be telling people about the LEAP Center events because they're a great resource to have in the CHSS. They have an Austin Internship Informational on September 20th, and then they have LSAT practice LSAT that will be held September 22nd. Both are free, but you must register online. And if you need the email addresses to register for those, I have those.
Thank you, College of Education, Senator Poole.
Yeah.
I got to meet with the assistant of the dean, and we scheduled an ice cream social for October 15th in the education building from 2 to 3. And I will be meeting with my dean next week so we can talk about tabling and stuff like that. Also, I will be emailing the professors to go talk to some of the education classes, like becoming a teacher, because those are predominantly sophomores, so we can get them early and get them joined this year.
What day is that, the ice cream social?
October 15th.
Are you gonna need funds for that?
Okay.
No, I mean, are we co-sponsoring, like, do you need funds, like money for that? Okay, just asking. College of Criminal Justice, Senator Castro.
Good afternoon. I scheduled a meeting with my dean. We're meeting September 25th at 1:30. This week and next week we're very booked for him, so that's like the earliest I can meet with him. And that is the end of my report.
College of Health Sciences, Senator Reed isn't here, but he does have a report. He said that he scheduled a meeting with his dean for next week, so he will be meeting next week with his dean as well. Okay, there's no old business, new business. Talking about both election codes, it did say homecoming, but I want to talk about both. So I got with Chief Kennemer, and he has the election code updates that we talked about over the summer, so he's going to be typing that and editing the spring election code with the updates that were necessary that were given to us by VP Parker and our advisors. So we'll have that on the agenda to read over next Tuesday and approve. And then also I wanted to talk about the homecoming election code. So normally the election codes were all in one. So it was a homecoming and a spring election code, which got very confusing because there's a lot of things in there that doesn't pertain to homecoming people running. So we did decide to split it last semester. And after talking with my e-board and after a conversation with the Director of Student Activities, we just kind of talked about giving student activities all of homecoming because there was questions about like, is it fair for like SGA people to run because we are over the election or over it in some parts. So I figured to give all of us a chance, but also upcoming people a chance, that we just go ahead and give them all of homecoming. All we do is purchase the crown and stuff, and then the election commission. So this is the time for a discussion with y'all. Before I made a decision, I wanted to talk to y'all, so is there any input on that? Yes, Dean Yarbeck.
Does student activities agree to do that if in fact the Senate wants them to basically do it all, or have you talked to?
Yeah, my next step after getting just a feel of how the Senate felt is go to student activities. Of course, it's going to be a discussion that's going to take time, but I just wanted to see what the Senate felt like because I can make the decision on my own to go talk to them, but I just wanted to give you all the chance to tell me what you thought first. So, after this is when I'm going to go. What do y'all think?
So what is that
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
be giving up to them?
Basically, we're just not going to be purchasing the crown and the tiara and the flowers, and we won't have to have our own homecoming election code because they'll be in charge of it all.
What would you think they know to still be in charge of it? Like, but they don't wanna take upon the responsibility, what are we gonna do then?
If I say no, or if they say no, of course I'm going to discuss it, because if they say no, I just want to know why. But, then of course, we'll just update our homecoming election code and go forward like we normally would. So, this isn't something like I'm gonna go dump it on them and be like, oh, we're done. It'll be a discussion, but I wanted y'all to be involved first. Yes, ma'am.
So like, what led you to like wanna give it away?
Well, it's kind of the thing of, it was brought up that it's like, it could be a conflict of interest if SGA people are running, because we are also over the homecoming elections, and we approve the election commission and stuff. So my thought was, if we're not over it at all, there's no conflict of interest, and there's never a question that can be asked about if it's fair or not, because we are over, and we did approve the people who would be deciding on protest and things like that. But that was my thinking. If someone thinks otherwise, now is the time to tell me. I'm not gonna be upset. Yes, sir.
So with that being said, if we were, let's say they denied it, if they were to keep it, will we have to amend it so anybody who's affiliated with SGA cannot run for homecoming?
Yeah, I'm not gonna put that in there.
Well, because that was a conflict.
Yeah, no. Yes, ma'am.
I just think it's I think where you're coming from is good and valid. After they do win homecoming king and queen, SGA doesn't even do anything with them. They're all under student activities. Student activities takes them to all their events. They keep track of all their schedules and stuff like that. So why, I mean, I'm not saying I don't mind, doing that, because I see their reasoning of why we do our lessons, but I think it is good to give it to them if they're willing, because they already handle literally every single thing else. And so it does give people the fair opportunity, and like you said, no conflict of interest could come up,
Why do I agree with that? Do they know how to write stuff like this? Like, I feel like that might be a reason why it might be like, they might not know how to like,
Yeah.
even, yeah.
What do you mean? No, it's a department.
It's like a school department, like
Yeah, it's not student led, and if anything happens, I mean, I would just give them the homecoming election code we have now, and they can amend it how they, or do whatever they want with it. Yeah, so that, I mean, they can make different rules. It's up to them at that point. So, Dean Arbeck, sorry.
That's all right. One thing I might suggest to you, if you do talk to them, they don't probably have in their budget the money for the stuff. I mean, they probably do, just like you might, but that's not something that they allocated. So maybe a middle ground, if you get initial resistance, is to say that SGA would be willing to pay for the crown, the scepter, and all that this year, and then that part of it would transition over next year, to be fair.
Yes, sir.
My thing would be, why wasn't it originally next year? That's just my reason why I'm asking that, is because maybe homecoming was something that was done under the students because it's a student thing. I mean, granted, like the ceremonies and all that good stuff like that, is that done by students as well, or that no?
No, it's all done by student activities.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking it was probably done that way for a reason. I would like to know why before we go back into addressing that.
Yeah, from my understanding and talking to VP Parker and stuff, it's always been a partnership with SGA and student activities. I don't know if it's just because our climate's different or what, now that's being kind of questioned if we did decide to run. But yeah, of course, like I would get information of when it was with SGA, why it was chosen to be partnered with SGA. So, Dean Yarbeck?
I, of course, wasn't around when that decision was made because that predates me, but I suspect it's to give SGA more power and more of a voice in that kind of a process. So that's probably why it was done, just to give you some kind of input and control with it. Because it looks good to have students be involved with that sort of thing. And the issue of a conflict of interest hasn't ever come up before in the 13 years I've been doing this as your advisor. So that's the history I can offer you with that.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Did someone come to you and say it was a conflict of interest, or is that something that y'all take on?
Yes, and no, it was a discussion that me and the director of student activities had. Any other questions or comments?
So,
Yes.
in the discussion with him, was he willing to take it, or?
No, like I said, I haven't talked to him about taking it yet.
Oh, okay.
We did have the discussion about all of that, because I did bring up other things about like wanting to add stuff into the election code, which is a no-go, so we don't even need to talk about that. But that's just after the discussion I was thinking, and I was like, well, maybe it's just best if we hand it all over, which is why I'm talking to you about it right now. Yes, sir.
Last thing, I would just submit that we have to realize that since we're in control of everything right now, we have to be willing to adapt to anything that we have to offer or change to the Constitution or the things that would make, as them not being students. Therefore, as us being students, we're more relatable, we know what's going on, we know everything that we want to happen. We have to be willing to submit to what they have to offer at that point. We can't go with the whole, that's all.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So what are like, so it's like the sole reason just because if there's a conflict of interest, or is there like some more?
No, that's really it, honestly. And like I said, if they don't want to do it and we decide to keep it, that's fine too. But I just want to make sure there's never like a question. So maybe we add something to our constitution saying that anyone in SGA is like allowed to run, even though we're over it. Obviously, it's not going to sound like the election code. But so, like I said, I just wanted your input on this because I do want you to all have a voice in decisions that I make or go talk about. So that's why we're talking about it right now. Any other questions or comments?
So, sorry. So it doesn't really sound like it's an issue now, but are you just trying to prevent future issues?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's a problem.
Like Dean Yarbeck said, there hasn't been a problem in the past. So I'm just trying to look at it. Okay. Is that it? Okay, we're gonna move into statement of intent. So is there any new people here that have not been to SGA yet?
Yeah.
Okay, if you are interested in joining, you can come up to the podium. You're just gonna say your name, your major, your classification, and why you wanna join SGA.
Hello, my name is Chandra Moore, but I go by Janae. I'm a senior here at SAM. My major is interdisciplinary studies, aka education. My minor is early childhood through 6th grade. The reason I want to join SGA is to really get more involved, be a voice for the student body, and to be more involved in my community as well. It's time for me to break out of my shell and out of my comfort zone and be uncomfortable for a while before I graduate next December. So that is all. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Carter. My major is criminal justice. I'm a sophomore here. Personally for me, I have actually always wanted to be a part of some sort of like student, government organization, like even in high school, we have like a Young Democrat, organization, but I just never got involved that way. And so I just was so graciously brought here by Evelyn Castro. And so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to know exactly who I surround myself with and to just actually have a voice because I have it, but to use it. So yeah, that is it. That's correct.
Hi, my name is Clinton Arabajo, and I'm a freshman, and I kind of wanted to join the SGA because it coincides with my future career path, and I wanted to make an impact while I was still young and stuff like that. That's all. Yeah. Electrical and computer engineering technology.
Hi, my name is Aria Zaruba. I'm a biomedical science major with a chem minor. I'm a junior, and I started getting interested in coming to SGA because I'm on the Panhellenic exec board, and my position is university relations. And so I wanted to come here representing Panhellenic women because there's a big stigma behind Greek life and Greek culture. And I just wanted to get more involved with all of y'all, understand what's happening on campus, and relay that back to the sororities here, and then hopefully like spread that on through all the other councils. So, it's fine.
Hi, my name is Chloe Carlson. I'm a double major in political science and criminal justice. I'm a sophomore, and the reason why I wanted to join SGA is because I kind of had like an eye on it first semester, my freshman year, but then second semester I left to Army basic training. So I just recently got back, and I recently joined an organization, the Collegiate Veterans Association. So basically, it's an organization that's kind of always been there, but it's not. It's kind of like in the shadows. So we're kind of like, he's like the battalion commander for here at SAM is trying to like recruit people to actually come through and try to make the organization more popular so that people know about it. And it's basically an organization that helps veterans, no matter if you're like, you know, you're active drilling in National Guard or if you've gone into the Army and then you got separated. But basically they have an e-board position where they want somebody to be in this, like a representative from SGA so that they can like co-host and take part and, you know, also like get very more popular and well known on campus while also having like, you know, a step foot in the door. But, you know, I also have like, I have a lot of things that, you know, that I've gone through that, you know, I can voice to the community that can help us. And I can just help the university in general, you know, become more informed on certain things. So I just want to have that voice and that step in the door that could like help other people in ways that I didn't really know to be helped here on the university.
Hi, my name is Avis Harper, and I am a Kines major. And to be honest, this is actually my first SGA meeting that I've been to. I am a sophomore here, and I've been referred to by Mr. Isaiah Daniels up there. I really want to get to know more about what goes on this campus, and I really hope that this org helps.
Okay, now we're gonna move into open forum. Does anyone have any last minute things they would like to say? Any org shout outs, anything like that? Yes, sir.
Okay, so African Messiah is having a rush week next week. We have a lot of events going on. So you have to look on our Twitter, and you have to come to our events. Everybody can come. If y'all want to join, y'all can rush, y'all can come see, and see y'all there.
Yes, sir.
All
I'm the executive director for the Center for Diversity and Intercultural Affairs. Monday is a celebration and kickoff of Hispanic Heritage Month. Come out, we have activities, free shirts, and different things for you guys to do. And I'm excited to see you there.
Where's that?
11 p.m. at the LSC Mall. I'm sorry, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. at the LSC Mall.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. I'm the financial secretary for NAACP, and this Thursday at 5 in this room, we will be having a meeting, so come out, okay? I want to see your faces.
Yes, sir.
I'm the financial secretary for NABCJ, the National Association for Black and Criminal Justice. We'll be having our second meeting in this room tomorrow, 4 o'clock. You don't have to be African American, you don't have to be CJ. We're talking about some really cool, interesting events that's been happening. So,
Anything else?
Motion to adjourn?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
Council members, if you have any questions or any issues, they have that for you.
If I see you, I'll say hi. Okay.
Look, this, you're back. This.